And boom, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Fat Earth Comedy Cast. We're going to get all up in your episode 12. We got Big Jim over there in a nice white room. What's up, my friend?
Blowout. The backlight blowout.
So, everybody's been fucking hunkered down for weeks now. The end is in sight as of now. They say May the 1st. Social media has been going bonkers. YouTube, fucking Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. People are slanging titties left and right. Lots of cock pics. What's going on with you over there, big boy? What's your social media pick of poison?
I run down Facebook during the day there. I give it the old rundown and
Yeah.
see what's going on. Ton of both sides, isn't it? And it's so driven right now.
Right.
I try to stay
I know
clear
if
of
I
it, but I got into a first little tiffle today.
Yeah, your first little tipple, you've been up people's asses for years now. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it all.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm not letting my guard down just because I'm at home chilling hard.
Yeah, and we mean hard, folks. We mean hard.
But
Well, what happened? Explain it to us.
well, no, it's just this total right wing is posting over and over about how this is not a big deal and we shouldn't be at home, we should be back at work, and basically
Right.
taking it as far as that it's not a hoax but a derived virus, and it's doing its purpose. It's to sideline us, and we're allowing it to happen, and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Distraction.
But on top of it, calls and leaves me a 2 minute and 38-second rant on my voicemail
Jeez.
after the post, and then so literally I just text back "fuck off," and then I posted on then I posted on Facebook another fucking nuke, just and funny thing is. So 20 minutes after the Facebook, we go back and forth on Facebook. I got to be in a company meeting with this dude via podcast, basically via Zoom. And at the end of the meeting, after everyone had spoke, there was like 18 people in this thing. I go, "You're not talking to me or what?" And he goes, "No, I just gotta just doing this." And okay, all right.
So
Well,
this is the thing. I think Jimmy, you do lean more towards the right, but the problem with the government altogether, everybody's in the fucking middle. Yet they make you pick either this way or that. So I'll let you respond to that, but I think you're somewhat lean towards the right. Am I correct?
yes, yeah, and a lot of environmental stuff. I'm definitely like a Democrat. I was Democrat for majority of my life up until more recently,
Yeah.
but um, I'm
Same with me.
definitely
But
in the mid. I'm more in the middle, and there is no
that's just what
position
I was
for
gonna
us
say.
anymore.
I know. That's why I wanted to reiterate the fact that like first of all, I don't know politics and I don't fucking get into it, which it's troublesome because people are like, you should vote for this guy, you should vote for that guy. But to me, if I'm not aware of what I'm voting for, I'm just not gonna do it. Which maybe I'm squandering my rights as a U.S. citizen. But to me, an uneducated vote isn't
It's
my
dangerous.
privilege either. That's a dangerous move. Exactly.
Yeah,
So
no, you're
it's
smart.
it's a tough fucking gambit though because you go one way, you're especially nowadays. It's so like if you go the right, you go the right. If you go the left, you go the left, and there's no fucking wiggle room in between. And people are up your ass. I have a friend. We have a mutual friend named Matt, and he posts tons of shit about the right. And he kind of goes down the same avenue as your buddy was, just flipping out about
These
people
two
putting
are
up
very
different
alike.
restrictions. Yeah. Okay. Well.
And even
Oh man.
the guy I'm talking about takes it even further. But very, you know, blasphemy or unbelievable. We can't go golfing. Unbelievable. We can't do this. And no one seems to remember that there's people that make that all happen. And if I don't want to be at work selling almost close to a necessity of vehicle work or automobile service, and I'm not just talking about an oil change 1,000 miles early, but if you got stranded as a nurse, I could see that more essential than going out and shooting the back nine, and
Yeah.
making the guy come in to get the course ready and the person come in that has to get the cashier's zone ready. Even if you were to do all payments online, someone has to be there. And I love this theory that we can just allow, well, just pay online and then go have at it. Yeah, that works. Like someone not there policing even just as small as divots or the stupid shit that goes on a golf course, when people are drinking too much. And the people we're talking about, let's not act like they're all innocent. They're part of our crowd where we'd be just as liable to do stupid shit out there as they would be. And even if you're walking the course in that, I don't want to hear, we'll be polite and all this bullshit. Bottom line is, it's not essential right now. This shit is real. It does have to be taken seriously. And if you don't want to believe that, cool. But don't be shoving it down my throat 15 times a day and not expect at some point just an acknowledgement of idiocracy. If that's what you're looking for, well, I'll give you about 15 shots and then you're going to get it. That's my rant.
Unfollowing you. Yeah. Well, wait, let me get this straight. This guy's trying to go golfing today? It's not even nice out.
No, but that's
The
what this
fuck's
big
wrong
up,
with
and this is what a lot of people absorbed from this Whitmer conversation yesterday about the extension and labeling what was and what wasn't essential. In the small example she gave, she threw out golf, and now it's got people up in arms.
Well, it's April, for God's sake. It's not like prime golfing season, so go to Mar-a-Lago and fucking tee off with Trump, bro.
I like this. Speaking of funny social media stuff, it's Governor Whitmer signing the extension, and there's 10 people in the room, and they're literally right on top of each other, standing behind her, like arm to arm, like looking at her sign it, and it's just a funny oxymoron.
That's a fucking, I don't know. I don't even know if that's necessarily an oxymoron, but that's something out of the Far Side Gallery comic strip. You should have taken a picture of it and threw it up on make a little meme from that.
I always love that Far Side, how dinosaurs really became extinct and the Tyrannosaurus Rex is having a cigarette.
Yeah. When we used to have the book sales in like elementary school, when the book fair would come, I would always try and buy do you remember those catalogs you'd get?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And I'd always try and get the fucking either the scary stories to tell in the dark or the Far Side Gallery. I still have a couple, I think.
Well, I was, funny enough, I got them right here, folks. I
was
a
hey.
Calvin and Hobbes kind of guy coming out of those. That's where I got most of these. I got a nice collection, but I was just able to grab 3 of them right there. Doosh.
Yeah,
I think
Calvin I got a couple of those too.
Yeah, those are good to get from
there. Are those comics, or are they actually stories about those 2 guys?
Well, those 2 guys are animated characters, and they're definitely comics. But it's for Bill Watterson, the Calvin and Hobbes is a makeup of the comic he did. What's it called with Howard Syndicated? The syndicated comic he did.
Oh, for the news.
For the newspapers, that's what it is. It's a conglomeration of them. So like the Lazy Sundays are always colored ones. He did a colored one each week on Sundays. So
there's not like one main story throughout the
Lazy Sunday book there I held up. What?
Yeah, I saw that one. It actually reminds me of a fucking Lonely Island song, but no, I was gonna say it's not like an ongoing story but it's like the Far Side where it's just each individual thing is its own entity. Correct?
Right. Yeah. It just starts over. Same characters, new trouble Calvin got himself into, and his make-believe friend, his stuffed animal tiger that is real to him. Is your roommate... I'm
surprised no one made a movie about that.
It'd be a good animated movie, actually. Is he... your roommate got the Pornhub going full throttle right now, or what? Or
He's got 4 screens in his bedroom. He's got Pornhub on one, YouPorn on the other, and then a nice video game mix on the other 2. It's a nut house in there, man. There's DNA squirting. There's swear words yelling. That would be the ultimate man cave. No, I don't. I think he's playing a video game, but I don't think he's online.
It looks a little grainy on my end. That's why I'm wondering if I'm coming through that way to you.
It sounded and looking pretty solid to me. Old Matt Graney coming in at you, coming in hot.
Matt Grain. During huh?
I was gonna say Jimmy used to give me fucking bullshit over because I'm on Instagram. I don't think you are on Instagram, are you?
I don't really look at it. It seems to be the exact same thing as Facebook, but pictures.
Yeah, well, it is to a degree, but I have a photography page on there, and I was just posting from my trip. Instead of posting all of them at once, you post one a day because that's how you build up your account and stuff. And this fucking guy, because I had it linked to Facebook, and he just saw them all coming through on Facebook. He's like, "All right, asshole, we know you went on a fucking trip, man. We don't have to keep posting 100 pictures of this shit in a row." And then I had to respond, dude, you don't. It's on Instagram. So then I just I disconnected it because people probably are getting pissed. That's the difference between Facebook and Instagram, though. Instagram
no, I really like your photos, but I was like, well, what the fuck? This guy's extending this trip out 4 months.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm not gonna get back there for another year. I gotta use those pictures to get me through the fucking year.
No, I like it. Now that we're all hunkered down and all the bullshit I'm reading on there, I wish you would fucking come back with more of these things.
I ran dry, and now I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel. I've been going through some photos. I found some cool ones, but see the thing about going in. Go ahead.
I posted some whenever I see that everybody post a landscape shot. Have you seen this Facebook thing where it shows post a landscape thing? I took some photos inside my buddy's grow room with my cell phone where I got real up close to some nuggets, and that's what I post on there. When someone goes, post a landscape shot, I post that fucking big old nugget on there.
Awesome. Someone said post a shot from the beach or something, and it's all pictures from people's phones, and I have this sick picture from Cannon Beach with it's called Haysack Rock. You've probably seen it before. It's like that classic massive rock from Oregon. So I posted this thing. It's a fucking elevated piece of artwork, and people are just like, "What the fuck? What beach is that?" You said post the beach, man. Now buy the fucking print. MauriceHogan.com, ladies and gentlemen. MauriceHogan.com. We got prints for sale. We got videos to watch.
It's funny what sticks out in people's minds because I forgot that I bitched about that, and here it is fresh on your mind like it never didn't happen.
Yeah.
When is this asshole going to acknowledge this fucking post and apologize for it? And then here we are 4 months later or however long, and you tell me, and I'm like, oh, I don't remember.
It was a while ago.
I don't remember bitching.
I think it was 2 years ago, actually.
Well, I wish you would keep them coming. Don't let... See, I respect, but I don't overly understand. You really let others like dictate your mentality on that, because I remember
I kept going. I disconnected it from Facebook.
Well, you should have connected.
You're right.
I don't let my one idiot ass comment tell you.
Yeah, but this other kid said, he goes, "What's your job? You just fucking go on vacation?" So I was like,
"Oh yeah, I just want people to think. Fuck it, dude. Start relink them up again. Damn it."
Sometimes I do. The last one I did, because it was an inspirational. I'm trying to keep people positive on Facebook, but it's me standing, like looking at a mountain, and there's some kind of inspirational quote. But dude, it's a grind. Like I started up. I was doing cannabis photography where I'd get real close to the nugs, and I started building up a really good fan base on Instagram. Again, you got to get a shit ton of followers to get sponsors and stuff. It's not impossible, but it was fun. And then I was spending time taking pictures of nugs. My buddies were giving them to me, and then my other friend Chuck was helping me build little backgrounds and stuff for them. Anyways, the Instagram started flagging them all, and then shadow banning me. So, excuse me. So I figured I'm not gonna waste my time with this. I might as well focus on something that I'm not gonna get banned from. But it's such horseshit because there's naked girls with nugs covering up their nipples on there, and that's not getting banned. It's the same bullshit we see from YouTube. We put a little picture of some girl in a bra, and they say that's inappropriate when the name of the song is Titties and Grits. It's a rap song, it's a comedy song, it's a it's a parody or whatever. And that's, to me, that's a form of art. It might be a low level of art, but it's a form of art.
Yeah,
So
but
what
not
gives you
to
the right
mention,
say, but
think about how when we did the test of searching titties and grits, and the videos that came up were superiorly worse than ours.
oh yeah. But if you type in like breasts or tits or whatever, naked women pop up on YouTube. How is that not being censored? Tell
Yeah,
me, Jimmy, how is that not being censored?
money. It's all about money, and a little TNA and then a couple idiots will bring in some money. The couple idiots rapping about TNA. They go, these fucking schmucks. We've seen these guys. They're a dime a dozen. Now let me get some more tits and ass. Let me see some more ass.
That's not true though. We aren't dime a dozen because there's not a video on there like that. That's some high. I'm not gonna say it's spectacular, but that's pretty good. That's some that blows away the quality of half this. Most stuff on YouTube is a talking head video. It's a guy sitting in front of a camera talking, giving pointers. I like a lot of that stuff because I've learned pretty much how to run Premiere just by going on YouTube and searching that, making titles, transitions, having pictures in video and stuff. So I've learned a ton. I like that. They're providing a service, but these other people that are just talking about their fucking lives, people sitting in front of the camera. This is a comedy cast, all right? Don't call it a podcast. It's a fucking comedy cast.
Right. Yeah. Well, whatever. Fucking
It's different
same
than
shit.
a podcast.
Couple of talking heads.
Well, there's not much we can do right now.
No. Of course. Max Headwell. Pepsi.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. Once you said that, we were actually talking about what the hell's the name of it?
Mandela effect? Or no.
Effect.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. And then once you sit, like after we were talking about Mandela effect, I thought that fucker started popping up all over the place. It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, right. It is weird. That shit is oddball. The conspiracy theorist, the phone's listening. I actually have a remote, like I can turn off my Amazon Dot or whatever the fuck, But like I want people to take my shit in as data, like and all my social media movements and shit. Like I love at the end of the year, like when Google sends you where you've been for the year, and it's like I love that shit, dude. I love that email and that, like, yeah, dude, people are watching over me, man. Like I'm not just a number. These motherfuckers know. So I have this dream that they're using my tax-paying money properly, and that's James Marchetti up in Grand Blanc, man. That guy went to Florida and Texas and back to Grand Blanc there last year. That's James. But
he said he was going to buy a drone, so let's give him a bunch of drone promotions.
Yep. It makes it more a number than anything, but I like to try and think of it the other way, that all right, they're looking after me.
Well, when you popped on the Pornhub and that stepmother shit pops right up, you're pretty pleased.
Yeah, that's everyone right now. Really, I don't know what they're trying to. Someone's trying to brainwash us into believing incest is becoming legitimate.
It's not incest, man. It's a stepmother. You don't.
It doesn't matter. Stepsisters. It's fucking oddball. I was watching Howard Stern interview Mike Judge today. You got me going on that on the other episode the other day, and that was pretty good. He started bringing out a bunch of shit that was Beavis and Butthead, like hard goods. And,
I saw that too. Dude, that's crazy because that little clip popped up right after we were talking about.
Yes,
remember I was telling you how we got.
That's why I'm talking about this. Like the second we got off
crazy
the podcast, this thing pops up in the recommended YouTube bullshit. I go, what the fuck?
Yeah, and
I go, here's what Kevin's talking about, dude. Mike Judge. I go,
because your fucking computer's dialed right into your every movement, man.
Did you see the one toy that you sit on top of your TV and it just like spouts off random Mike Judge lines while you're watching TV? He goes, I don't even know what a fucking TV talker is.
Yeah, I like that. I like when he does the voices, because if you weren't watching them and you were listening, it'd be so much better because you're just, here's Beavis and Butthead now.
It's so easy to him, but man, he can do them all on the fly. And when he jumps, how I watched longer of that interview, how he talks about where he came up with some of the voices and who they were, like coming up, and that's legitimately how we are too. But it's so crazy how he can do each individual voice. Seth MacFarlane the same way, and maybe it's just different when you could record it. It's like maybe it's always like hearing your own voice is weird, but maybe when you change your voice, it's easier when you can't see the person to believe it's someone else.
Right. That Beavis voice isn't very easy, though.
No, it sounds like it scratches his voice, too, when he does it for a minute.
Yeah. And he does all the voices on King of the Hill. Well, he doesn't do all of them. I think he does. He does not Bobby, but the dad.
Right. Because he was
maybe that's all he does on that one. Right. Oh, yeah, he was. Yeah. You guys are going to hit that frog? It's
God
the frog
damn
baseball
it.
episode. Yeah. Bobby. We need that sound effect kicking again. Now Bobby will be doing the sound effects.
God damn it, these kids.
I remember we used to play online poker, which is ramping up right now because no one can go to the casino. Yeah, no one can go play, so everybody's online.
Are we gonna Skype and do it?
Yeah, we should. We should Twitch and do it and really get all cranked up.
Let's do some
have some real money on the line.
Pim particle and get into some poker.
I wish I had some pins because I'm stepping on pins and needles over here.
Well, let's do let's get into some online poker soon. I was thinking about getting jumped back in. Have you been doing any?
No, I've just been looking in on it. Bovada or Bodog or whatever they call it nowadays it used to have this tournament called the Sunday Millions, which my one friend came in second and he won like 50,000 or something from it. They guarantee $1 million in the prize pool, but last week was the biggest one ever, and I think the winner won over $1 million.
Ooh, let's get in on that. Remember how we used to grind that shit out? We used to
That's
take
what I was talking about. We used
breaks.
to watch Beavis and Butthead. Yeah. We used to watch Beavis and Butthead, all the Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
I mean, we were cranking
Star
through
Wars
media.
Week, dude. We just
had some good stuff.
We didn't end up ahead. I don't think we ended up ahead, but we had a couple take-home pots there that were bigger than that.
Yeah. That one night when we won the bad beat, we came back and fucking squandered like half our bankroll, though.
And in real life, not online?
No, well, we hit the bad beat in real life, and then we came back to your house, and we were all fucking buzzed up, so then we kicked online, and we were just playing like idiots because we actually just won a bunch of real money. The online money didn't seem so promising.
This motherfucker's got nothing. Call that shit. Fuck.
So we're on all the social media platforms. The one we really don't do anything on is Twitter. Well, maybe we should start doing more on Twitter. But I go on there. I don't even know.
Or Snapchat.
I don't even know how to use the thing. Yeah. Well, Snapchat is just to get nudie pictures. That's what that thing's for.
I feel like Twitter is just like amplified Facebook, and I got to hear more people's opinions and possibly see half an actual headline on what the current news is. But I'm hearing more of what some individuals' take on the current news is, which, I don't know, it's getting old to me. I literally was thinking today on Facebook, like, I really don't even need this shit anymore. But it helps us.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm close to it, too. That's the only reason I go on is that I try and help one of my companies. I don't, and then, like, Facebook's weird because it dials into like 7 or 8 friends that you've liked in the past. So you're only really seeing 10% of the people you are friends with, which is weird.
Then you get that weird Facebook has this algorithm. Copy and paste this, and we'll be able to see everyone's posts again. Yeah,
Does it work?
But I didn't fall victim to the share post. I feel like those are share baits, where like someone puts out something and like, I want to try and get this shared over 1 million times. So even if it's garbage bullshit, they share it knowing like it's kind of like the little like, we'll adopt this dog if you share this photo 5,000 times. And then you look down and it's like shared like 286,000 times because people are like, oh, I want to save the dog. Now, if someone behind that is actually after 5,000 adopting the dog, more power to them if that shit's happening legitimately.
Right.
But to me, I chalk it up to that is share bait, and I don't like falling
Yeah.
victim to it.
Well, it's all censored now. We've tried to do multiple ads on there, and if there's they wouldn't even let you do sleep skirt on Facebook because it 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 it's
Rob's
unacceptable,
junk.
man.
It is
Yeah,
completely
yeah, but he's
Rob's junk, and besides Whitney, none of us want to see it.
right. But he's wearing a garment on, a flesh-colored garment. I've made that quite clear. Plus, it's
I'm
blurred
not.
out. Why
I'm not
why
a
is
fan of them.
Facebook telling me what is good and what is bad? It's absolute horseshit. And then YouTube used to be a platform where anything goes, and clearly anything does not go there. You won't even let me make an ad for
The
something that
problem
has
is
a couple
you
swear
give
words.
the world uncensored platform, and we're getting suicides and murders on the thing live because nobody's fucking sanctioning nothing. So um,
Yeah, that's true.
you knew it was a matter of time before they fucking clanked it down, and each time they do, it's got to be more because not our videos and nothing like that, but other ones take advantage of the system, and then we get fucked.
So
Jake
what's
Paul
going
going
on?
to
Is
a
it an
suicide
algorithm?
forest ruins it for the rest, and
Yeah.
YouTube's got to fucking blast another fucking set of rules there, and Facebook going public unfortunately had ramifications that cost us that don't give a fuck about their stock price what they have to do because their shareholders are now their boss and they don't want to fucking have their kids stumble into Jake Paul in the suicide forest. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul, yeah.
Yeah, I remember back in when I was in high school, this must have been right when YouTube was going on, but there was this video of the senator and he shoots himself in the head and
Oh
it's
yeah, yeah.
graphic
Faces of
as
death.
hell. Thing scared it still scars me. That's sick shit. But
Dude, I fucking
uh,
started playing that video a month
yeah.
after Rob's girlfriend did that shit. Her dad went
Uh,
through it. We're in my basement. I go, you guys got to check this out. And about 10 seconds in, it dawns on me what I'm doing. And I go, holy shit. And I like
uh.
did something and then I paused the video. And she goes, I want to see it. I go, let's just go outside and have a
Oh,
cigarette.
she was
Fuck that
there?
video. She
I
was
thought he was just there.
he was there. He wanted to see it. But then all of a sudden she walked right up to the PC. I was like, oh, fuck.
Oh man. Yeah.
I had to stop it right away. We didn't watch the rest. But speaking of Faces of Death, I just watched episode 1 on YouTube 3 nights ago. That's my level of boredom, folks. We have reached the point of watching people die on YouTube via closed circuit TV. Well, funny enough, okay, so I have not actually been an adult, or I think I've all seen those, like you said, via the internet, via clips, and never a full one that was actually sold by like Time Warner, whoever did Faces of Death back in the late 70s, early 80s. It was a box set you could buy like each installment, like through Time Warner kind of thing.
Yeah.
But episode 1, the first thing it starts off, you're like at a cattle mill. And it literally, so Faces of Death is not, I always thought it was just humans. It's literally just different faces of different animals and different things dying and what they go through for their life. And it's showing how we get beef. And I literally, it's the
Yeah, I
closest
saw
I
that.
have been to going not wanting to eat a hamburger, dude. Like we literally take for granted the people doing this shit prior to it gets to our plate because it has become so
Yeah.
uber easy to get one. You don't even think about how hard it is to get one, dude. Holy fuck. And they're just
Yeah.
slaughtering their necks, like literally with a bone saw. Like a dude comes up underneath their neck and is just coming up this thing to about here. And then it just bleeds out, but it's still, then it shows a chicken. Yeah, dude, it was going
Yeah,
down.
I saw that. My buddy showed it to me. He's like, "Watch this." I didn't even know what I was watching, and then and it shows the fucking the worst stuff is the chicken thing, I think, because they're massacring so many so fast, and like they
Oh, it's
killed the
nuts.
chicks and stuff. It made me ill, and I was right there with you. Maybe they
Right.
should start showing that more people because if you saw that as a kid, it might take you to the next level and just not eat meat altogether.
I want to start a company called the Protection and Establishment of animals. I'm
Yeah.
gonna call it PETA.
Yeah. Well, Samsonelli doesn't really appreciate those guys. He's putting down mares every other weekend down at the Gross Point.
I got a fucking racehorse with a broken leg I gotta put down.
What about when those kids shot the firework into the Gross Point? What's that place called?
Hunt
The Hunt
Club.
Club.
Yep.
Yeah. What a tragedy that was. Shit.
They were hunting all right. They got
Yeah.
themselves a couple big ones. They bagged
Yeah.
themselves a couple big ones.
Maybe we should stop talking about this on a comedy forum because that was quite the tragedy.
Agreed. But
Yeah. That was,
too soon.
I
get
know.
it.
Yeah.
No,
that's
it's not
facing the death.
comedy. I know it's not comedy. What the fuck? Horses
I
are
know.
sweet. I love horses. Horses up close mystify me. Any animal of that size, like, is majestic to me for some reason.
Well, I think a horse would have your back. You could have a dog. You could create a nice bond with the dog, but the dog's brain isn't that developed. A horse is almost, to me, is more like a dog. I know dolphins are way smarter than horses, but the horse, I think, just would know you, and I don't know. It'd be cool to own a horse. You got to have some serious land and some serious dough, but
They still
go
scare
off
me.
and
That
ride on that
fuck
thing.
something up. When I'm looking at them in the
Yeah.
eye, they still give me the old "I'm gonna boot you from behind" look. So
Right. Well, you're still in the Godfather camp. You're gonna wake up one night and there's gonna be a head of a horse in your bed. Ah! Ah! Blood everywhere. Is that your favorite movie, The Godfather?
no, it's not my favorite movie. But I would say
No?
Casino. Casino's up there. I like Casino a lot. I like select parts of that movie very, very much so. Like the scene where she goes to the valet and it's talking about how, like, to get close, because I was always in valet and it just hit home. If you're trying to get something, those are the guys you see. They're seeing everybody on the way in and the way out. And she's
Are
talking
you talking
about
about
how,
Casino?
yeah, I
Yeah.
really like Casino. But they
I
reference
haven't
that.
seen that one in a minute.
I got to get close with the valet because the valet can get you everything.
So how often do you use like a Rotten Tomato type site? Do you rent movies based on good ratings, or are you just kind of listening to the street? If you hear somebody say something's good, you'll watch it.
Good question. I am an open palate when I seem to trust everybody's opinion on something, but
Yeah.
I don't religiously Rotten Tomato something, but if I think it's good or if I think it's bad, I pretty much log on after. So like when I went to Star Wars, I logged on Rotten Tomatoes after the last one, and I wanted to see if I was nuts. Am I fucking nuts to think this is doo-doo? Or
Yeah.
was this fucking doo-doo?
Shit.
And right.
And
So
the verdict's in. It was shit.
I still want to go
You're talking
watch it
about
again. Like, yeah, funny enough, like I'm a real glutton for punishment. But the thing is, I really get high when I go see these movies, and I don't remember them that well. So like half the time, it's like seeing most of these movies I go see in the theater. It's literally like seeing it again for myself for most of the time because I'm blasted when I go into these premieres.
Yeah, well, that was like one of the first movies I ever went to by myself. I was just super bored. I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna smoke a little bowl here, drive up to the theater and watch this movie. The place was, because this was right when it was released, and I've never been to a movie with the place all packed up. A couple of nerds sitting next to me. People are cheering when the fucking titles go on, and I was writing notes because we were doing a writer's room, and I thought we might talk about it. So I was writing notes like that joke was horrible. That's the thing. They inject jokes into this stuff like it's Deadpool the movie, and they just don't land. At least for me. To a kid, it might be a different story, but
I went night one. We bought our tickets a couple months in advance. I went Thursday night, midnight, and
yeah, that's real night one.
I had the following day off, but we had a bunch of people in there that had the lightsabers, the whole outfits on. The second it's bam, they fucking are up cheering, fucking going berserk, you know. So interesting crowd.
When the scrolling titles.
they're cheering when Han Solo makes a debut. You know, spoiler alert,
There he is.
folks. Spoiler alert.
You're all right.
We're getting applauses and shit and all that. It just right. Like, think about how serious people were with Endgame. Like, if you spoiled it, they wanted to literally beat your ass or at least defriend you on Facebook. Like, there wasn't a lot of that with Star Wars, I feel. And that's because, like, Star Wars lost the audience by 2 and then definitely by 3. So,
Yeah.
of the new ones. So, it's just funny how that spoiler alert shit works. I remember seeing stuff on Endgame months after it had been out and they're spoiler alerting it because it was a bigger deal, I guess, to people.
Yeah, I still haven't seen Endgame. That's the problem. Like, I was really into Game of Thrones. You got to stay off all social media because people are going nuts on there, posting shit, not giving a damn. So it's like, I don't know. That's another reason why I'm not a big fan of the social media anymore. It's a cesspool of just people trying to get something off of no one. See, that there's a difference between, like, Instagram, you could have followers and you can actually, like, make money off of it. Facebook, there's no way to really make money off of it. It's just a forum for people to complain about. And then I like to go back to what you were saying about Twitter. I think Twitter is more of a platform so you can follow actual celebrities and stuff like that, which kind of coincides with Instagram. But Twitter seems to be most people that are on there are following big name people or, you know, like senators and shit. And again, it's just a nice little area to argue.
I was surprised you haven't signed up for my premium Instagram, which offers dick pics and such.
Yeah, well, that you might be shadow banned at this point. If not, you're going to be going right to the fucking room.
Coming soon,
right to the roof, baby.
We'll be tweaking our Patreon account, folks. So we'll be lowering those values so you can support us with pride and not have to use all your unemployment dollars to right the ship.
For less than a coffee, you can get a nice subscription of $2 a month, folks. We're talking $2, and you'll be getting access to behind-the-scenes footage and all the antics that ensue before the videos go down. So check us out, Fat Earth Comedy, on Patreon.com. We'll hook you up. We'll hook you in. We'll hook it down, and we'll have some hookers on there soon. That might be taken down, though, so...
For $250 a month, you can be our cameraman and come and film us at our next skit because it just seems everyone bails the day of. So for $250 a month, I'm throwing it out there now. You can literally come be our cameraman with our equipment and be on set while we film some of our stupidest shit.
Yeah, or we'll pay you $50. Depending on how we feel. So we might be paying you.
Donation shit.
Yeah.
Live.
No, the problem, we're looking for we're reaching out to some of our fans to get some feedback on this. I told Jimmy that we're going to make 100 videos and see where we stand because the needle isn't moving. And sometimes we really get down on our luck and we just don't know if we're funny or not. So please, if we're not funny, tell us. If we are funny, tell us. And if you're indifferent, just hit like and we'll be all good. Maybe subscribe. Tickle those buttons.
I watch a lot of I changed my format on my phone, how I've been watching YouTube, because so many times I wouldn't like a video or something because of how I was watching. I'd have it in full screen mode or whatever. So it doesn't always correlate, you know, but I do like the feedback, any good or bad, whatever. I like it.
Well, we're coming in always at 1080 at the lowest quality. Some of our videos are 4K. So turn that screen to its side. Get a full view of us in all our glory.
It's like 4K Pornhub.
Yep.
Little stepbrothers so you're trying to bang.
Sometimes you don't even want the 4K with the porn because now it's like some of these girls look really good. You start getting into the nitty gritty, you can see how much makeup's on them. And again, I have no problem with, I'm not trying to be chauvinistic here, but a lot of the old actresses are actually getting upset about 4K. Like if you watch an old movie like The Wizard of Oz, they have filters and shit, and you can't see a line in people's face, in their face. Today, everything is perfectly clean. It's crazy. I see the bags under my eyes in the 4K, man. I really got to wear some concealer. Oh, wake up! Has this guy been up for 5 days? Fucking
That's
all
why Trump
puffy.
gets shot by that orange gun before he walks out on stage. So he's got a real tint to him.
Yeah,
That's
and he's
not
a real tit.
That's not Mar-a-Lago. That's the tinter. That's the professional White House tinter.
For some reason on Mar-a-Lago, the sun's makes you orange, not
Yeah.
brown. But why is his hair's been turning some colors? I've seen that too.
Social media,
Going
dude,
into a
it's
nice
got him all
place.
grayed out.
Yeah,
He's got a real
man,
hairdo.
what a world we're living in. I was talking to my mom about social media and Facebook and stuff, and she was like, I hate that stuff. I hate that stuff. 'Cause she
My
has
mom's
no
in it
clue what the
hard.
hell I'm talking about. Yeah,
I'll get
I know my
calls.
mom's on it
I'm
too.
not
Has no
talking to
idea how to
so
use
and
it.
so. She was rude on my
Right.
post. I'm
Oh
like,
wow.
okay, all right, well, let's let bygones be bygones. Let's let roaring lions rest. I'm
Yeah.
not. So I find it funny, the old women going at it.
Well, the funny stuff is when you see people get into a crazy argument on there. How does that even overcome you? Obviously, people have different views than you. Just chill out. Everybody's different. Not two people think everything the exact same way. And
I
then
did
these
it
guys
today.
get
I
into
called
these
this guy
rants.
a prick.
Yeah. And then what happened?
Nothing. I ended up being in a fucking meeting with him 20 minutes later. I go, you're not talking to me. He goes, oh, no, I'm not talking.
It didn't keep going on and on and on.
No, I loved his comment that I should go grab a pipe joint or whatever type of weed smoking device I'm using nowadays and use it. And I said,
Oh, wow. It's trying
and
to
I,
belittle you that way, I see.
right. And I go, you fucking
What a
prick.
turd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
See, the thing with Facebook is it reacts to that. So the more likes and comments you get, then more people start seeing it. We were talking how you make a post, only a certain group of people will see that post.
right.
Then once it starts growing and growing, look
All of a
out,
sudden,
baby, because
everybody sees
this
it.
thing, yeah,
Got a
that's
life
what
of
we
its
always try
own.
and have. Right, we try and get a chain reaction when we post stuff. We ask people to like it because I don't think people that don't make content realize how important it is to juice up videos. Even on YouTube, the more likes it gets, the more it'll get into the system. So everybody, once again, smash that like button. Why do I have to fucking beg you? I'm getting really sick and tired of this shit. So what's going
Hey,
on? We'll wrap this bad boy up. Are you twitching tonight? You gonna get a little fucking twitch on?
I think I should, shouldn't I? You gonna get on? You gonna watch?
Yeah. Yeah, I always pop on and
I like
comment.
when you chime in with the local pond.
Yeah, it's quite the cesspool. How many more people do we need before we can actually make a penny off this stuff?
23. We've gotten a
Oh
couple new
wow.
subscribers. We need
Yeah.
23 more. So
Uh-huh.
Twitch, Bad Earth Comedy, all one word. Check us out. And I'm not as good at video games as I am comedy. So
Well,
if
do
you
you
hate our
talk over the
comedy,
video games?
oh yeah. But if you hate our comedy, you're really gonna hate Twitch because it's less comedy and more deaths.
Oh, well, what happened to the salesman within this guy? I think
Yeah,
he's
no, it's fun as hell. What do you mean? You get me and the boys, the cesspool of love, shooting our drive.
Here
You know,
we go.
we're all
Yeah.
over the place,
Talk
dude. We're
it up.
talking politics. We're talking work. You might get a little dirt on someone next to you. You might learn a little something about me or how I tick. But you can chime in via chat. And I ain't asking for donations. I'm just asking you tune in and subscribe and tell me fuck off the other 95 times. But that's what we need.
What game do we have in store tonight?
I want to do a little Modern Warfare. I just bought the Battle Pass, so I'm unlocking things. I got new skins. I'm a Ukrainian with no shirt. He's got a bunch of tattoos. That's my character. And my buddy logs in. He goes, "Who the fuck's the guy with no shirt?" I go, "That's me.
It's the
I'm the
spinning image
fucking,
of Jimmy.
I'm the topless Ukrainian with tattoos running around the fucking jail yard shooting people." So
Yeah.
tune in, see our rantics, and because I'm gonna rant some antics and have some
Beautiful.
fun. Put it on the
All right,
background.
brother.
Mute
Well,
us.
yeah. It's always a good time. There might be some zombies being killed tonight, but
I beg you.
we'll talk to you guys next time. Fat Earth Comedy Cast number 1. What is this? Number 12. The days are flying by.
11.
I don't even know if it's Friday or
we
Saturday.
skipped yesterday, folks. Thanks for bearing with us. We're back and half as funny as before.
Yeah. No, dude, we did 11. Today's 12. So we'll talk to you. Bye-bye.